Digital Lab Africa, a springboard for new talent and a platform for digital content in Africa. Are you an artist, a student, or an entrepreneur? Do you have a project in music, digital art, immersive realities, animation, or video game? Submit your project, pitch it, and make it happen. Get a chance to fast-track the development of your creation through mentorship and support from world-class experts, residency program, and participation at industry events in France and Africa. Apply now on www.digilabafrica.com. Digital Lab Africa, start up the future. Proudly presented by Timolohong Digital Innovation Precinct and its partners.
Virtual Creative Industries Incubator, from VR, animation, gaming, digital music, and web series. Here we celebrate African digital innovation and creativity through this platform, Digital Lab Africa, or DLA 4. This impactful coming together of Timolohong Precinct in South Africa and the French Institute of South Africa would not have been possible without the vision and support from our partners, chief amongst whom is the Agence Française de Développement, or AFD. My name is Kendall Makamate. I'm the brand custodian and business development manager for the Timolohong Digital Innovation Precinct. It's owned by Wits University in Johannesburg, and we're focused on unearthing and nurturing African digital skills and innovation for global markets. You can follow us on Instagram, Facebook, and LinkedIn at Timolohong Precinct and Timolohong IT for Twitter. I'll be your host for this event. During this 45-minute program, we will make known to you the winners of DLA 4, as well as introduce you to some of the jurors for this year. We'll also get a few words from two winners from last year's competition, that being Lwazim Sipa from South Africa and Fabian Elias from Ethiopia. With that said, I'd very much like to get you to the next part of the program and introduce to you our generous host, Veronique Engenaas, the head of MIFA, the marketplace for the Annecy Animation Festival. Veronique?
Thank you very much. I guess you can hear me well. First of all, I would like to thank very much. I would like to thank very much Digital Lab Africa and Chimolagong for having the press conference here in Annecy this year. Very happy about that. Digital Lab Africa and Annecy, it's already a long story. We were there when it started in 2016 with the French Institute in Johannesburg, and we've been collaborating since then. We are very admirative of the work of Digital Lab Africa and Chimolagong to incubate talents and enhance collaborations between creative industries ecosystems in France and in sub-Saharan African countries. We had the pleasure to visit the offices last November in Johannesburg, and we were impressed by the energy, the creativity, and the passionate work of the talents there. Many emerging artists will come out of Digital Lab Africa and Chimolagong, and we really look forward to receiving their work, hopefully next year for Annecy 2021, when we will be celebrating African animation. So we look forward to seeing you all next year in Annecy. I want to thank Leslie, Leseko, Kendall, Nicola. Thank you all for having this press conference here, and thank you again, and have a good session.
We're certainly looking forward to many more fruitful moments as we interact more and more with Annecy over the coming years. Now, to introduce to you the head of the Tsimlohong Digital Innovation Precinct, none other than intrepid Leslie Donna Williams. Leslie.
Hi, everyone. Thank you, Kendall, and thank you, Veronique. Tsimlohong Precinct joined the animation world about 2.5 years ago or so, when we joined forces with the Institute of France, South Africa, as well as AFD to launch the Digital Content Hub. With that, Digital Lab Africa had became home, found its home at Tsimlohong, creating a physical space for the winners. And it also gave us the space to launch our Animation Academy. And we set up to develop something really special with the Academy. We want to take African aesthetic and African innovation to global markets. And that is what we set up to do. But obviously, you cannot take on such an ambition without fantastic partners. So like I said, our key partners have been AFD and IFA, but we've also joined a global family within the animation world, and particularly in France. So I want to acknowledge our two sister organizations, the one Gobelins, that's been a key advisor to us from a curriculum perspective, from a mentoring and guidance perspective to our team, as well as to Cyclic, that is the home of our residencies. And it's quite special to see many of our winners return from Cyclic, where they really speak about how they've grown, how they've been challenged, how they've been nurtured, but not pampered. And it's really become a special place to our winners. I also want to acknowledge our pioneer organizations in South Africa that we're super proud of. You know, so every single time Triggerfish has an international release, it's a win for all of us. Every time the animation school competes internationally, it's a win for us. So you really stretch us and have been a pioneer to us. And then, of course, the Annecy and NIFA team have become quite important to us as well. You've really set the standard for us, and our interns want to compete internationally. They want to be on the stage with peers from around the world, and that is the ambition that we set out to join. A key territory that we are putting a spotlight on is Nigeria. Out of the 400 applications we've had for Digital Lab Africa, 80 of it came out of Nigeria, and we're seeing quite a strong interest and potential for scaling animation across Africa. So we've partnered up with the French Embassy, who are supporting 3 of the winners of DLAs this year in the areas of animation, gaming, virtual and augmented reality. So we're quite excited. Like I say, we're joining this ecosystem. We are part of this family, and we all want to take the sector to the next level. Also, with any ambitious project that you run, and I'm looking at DLA specifically, you need a strong project manager and a steward that's really going to take this ambition forward. We found this in Alumni, who is now our former project manager. Alumni has spent time living within South Africa, and she's been holding our hand transitioning DLA from its initial home, IFAS, to finding its home within Tsimlohong, and also growing our presence within both the Pan-African as well as French sector. So we want to acknowledge and thank Alumni for the fantastic competency that she brought to our work and positioning our work in the marketplace. And with that, handing over the baton to Nicholas, who's also lived in South Africa for a period, and we have all the confidence in him in terms of taking us forward in terms of the next generation of DLA. And with that, I'd like to hand over to Nicholas.
Thank you, Leslie. Hi, everyone. So my name is Nicolas Doyard, and I've taken over from Alizé as manager of the Digital Lab Africa. And I'm very happy to have joined this program, which has been in existence since 2016, and which in 4 years has really established itself as a reference in terms of development for creative content linked to digital innovation in Africa. For those who don't know Digital Lab Africa, just a quick refresher. First of all, it's a program aiming at incubating emerging talents in the field of immersive realities, video game, animation, music, and digital art by offering them a springboard to fast track their project thanks to the expertise of key players from the creative industries ecosystem in France and in sub-Saharan African countries. So basically what we do every year, we run a call for application, which is open to every creative artist based in sub-Saharan African countries. And the winners earn an incubation pass, which includes training, mentorship, residence times in France, and participation to international industry events in France and in Africa. I think what's interesting 4 years after the beginning is how it has become not only a program, but really a platform bringing together a large community made of a growing number of partners, experts, mentors, all in the creative and cultural industries, as well as alumni who are also joining these industries as new players now. So I would say that this growing network is certainly the most significant proof of the success of this program, as well as the bridges it has built and continues to build between Africa and France in this field. So the fourth edition was launched beginning of this year. And just to say that the call for application got this year again an amazing response with more than 500 applications coming from 32 different African countries. So it's really, really great. And yeah, and to make the choice among the 500, I think it's time now for me to introduce you to the fabulous members of the jury. So in the animation category, we were lucky to have Mounia Aram from the Mounia Aram company, Olivier Catterin, Eric Reginault from Cyclic, as well as Lesero Forster from Chimolong Animation Studios. In the video game category, we had Hugo Obi from Nigeria, Francis Ingrand from Plugin Digital in France, Nicolas Hall from Make Games South Africa, and Sidik Bakayoko from Paradise Games in Ivory Coast. In the immersive realities category, we had Kirstine Lee Gray from Electric South, South Africa, Michael Swiański from New Images Festival in France, as well as Bruno Mazzi, who's working at INA, which is Institut National de l'Audiovisuel in France. For the music category, the members of the jury were Claire Mété from Music in Africa and South Africa, Thibaut Melins from Idol, as well as Pierre-Marie Houlion from Artifarty in France. And last but not least, the members of the jury of the digital art category, there were Oulimata Gay, who's curator in France, Tegan Bristoff, the director of the Fakugezi Festival in South Africa, and Bénédicte Alliot from Cité Internationale des Arts in France. So a really huge thank you again to each of them for dedicating so much of their precious time to help us selecting the winners, which I know has been sometimes difficult. And yeah, back to you now, Kendall, for an overview of these applications and finally discover who are the winners of this fourth edition.
No, fantastic. As you can all see, the panel of jurors and mentors that have worked on this particular program have been second to none, par excellence, if I could say. And really, Alizé Dalemant really did a wonderful job building and nurturing the program over the years to get it to this point and hand it over to into the very, very capable hands of Nicolas Doya. Now, for the moment that you've all been waiting for, that part of the program that everybody's waiting to hear about, the announcement of the Digital Lab Africa 4 winners. We're joined by Munia Aram, the founder and CEO of Munia Aram Company, a distribution and production company specializing in African animation.
Hi everyone, so my name is Munia. I had the pleasure to be for the first time the juror and the mentor for Digital Lab Africa for the animation category. So it was a great honor for me and a real pleasure to discover all these talents that I know we have a lot of talents in this beautiful continent, and I was not surprised to see that many beautiful stories and that beautiful expertise in those projects. So now, without keeping you waiting, I'm going to announce the winners for the animation category. So from South Africa, with a beautiful project, Mannerisms, Bokan Kwaja. And from Ghana, we have Message Beats from Natasha Nayo and Liz Johnson. And now, last but not least, from Nigeria, with the project In My Hood, Mr. Ridwan Moshood.
Hello everyone. I just want to say thank you to Digital Lab Africa, and what an incredible honor and privilege it is to be one of the winners in the animation category for Digital Lab Africa 4. I'd like to thank all the organizers and sponsors for giving us all this amazing opportunity to tell our stories and develop our skills and grow as artists. This has been an incredible motivator and confidence booster for a first-time writer like myself. My short film project Mannerisms stems from a personal experience and deals with the theme of loss and grieving in a somewhat unusual way. When my main character Silo suddenly loses his lifelong friend Richard to suicide, he copes by mimicking his mannerisms. Silo slowly starts to lose himself and must choose to move on and let Richard go or face a similar fate. With minimal dialogue, the film visuals will be key in telling the story and Silo's journey. Visually, the film will communicate the decaying of Silo's state by incorporating glitching effects that intensify as he gets deeper into mimicking his lost friend. The mimicking ultimately sees Silo transform fully into an unrecognizable black woolly figure, which represents Silo's darkest moment. The film is aimed at adults and will be 10 minutes long and animated traditionally. I hope to strengthen the story and the overall project through the Incubation program, and also meet other amazing creators and artists within the African digital arts industry. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Natasha Nayo. I'm a 2D animator and illustrator from Ghana. I'm also the lead artist and animator for Message Beats. I'm really proud that Message Beats is one of the winners of the Digital Lab Africa Incubation Pass in the animation section. We couldn't be any more excited and joyous about this, especially with all the hard work that we put in this project. Quickly, the premise is about Adia, an odd village girl who encounters a magical talking drum, and together they fight and defend their home against spiritual monsters, these beings that are disturbing their home. So this project has really been a passion project to have more girl role models, protecting their loved ones against these forces. And I'm really glad now with this opportunity we can show and showcase that amazing achievement.
Hi, my name is Elizabeth Johnson. I'm a writer, researcher, and co-creator of Message Beats, and I'm super excited to have been selected for this year's DLA. One reason why this is such a big deal for me is because of the platform it provides Message Beats and my partner Natasha. But the main reason why this is so important for me is because of the inspirational story it will provide young female creatives who are coming up, especially in Ghana. I am looking forward to the experience DLA will give us and the platform it would provide to push Message Beats further. And I am looking forward to meeting everyone on the team. So thank you so much for selecting us.
Hello everyone, greetings from Nigeria. This is Ridwan, the creator of In My Hood. First of all, I'd like to thank Digital Lab Africa for giving me the opportunity to pitch my idea, and also I'm very happy for being one of the winners of the pitch competition. I came up with the idea for In My Hood back in 2012, and in 2016 I planned on entering it for the first Digital Lab pitch competition. But later I changed my mind and decided to keep working on it because I felt like the idea is not well built up enough. Being one of the winners of the 2020 edition is a big deal to me, and once again, I really thank Digital Lab Africa for giving me this huge opportunity.
So congratulations again to all the winners from the animation category. So now I have the delicate duty to announce the other winners for the other categories. So for the video game category now, the winners are from South Africa with the project Keen, Tristan Mock. And the other winner for the video game category is Robert Mensah from Nigeria with the project Outcome. And now for the immersive realities category, the winners are Melissa Alela from Kenya with the project Sigana Tales of Lawino. The winners in the same category, immersive realities, is from Nigeria, Joe Ekunwe with the Slavery of Science project. For the music category, the winner is from Eswatini with the project Antidote Music, Sizo Hlofe. And now for the digital art category, from Mozambique, Mrs. Lara Souza with Catalina Kalunga Karonga Sea Waved Tales project. Congratulations to all the winners.
Hello, I am Tristan Maka, President of Studio Starburst. I would like to thank Digital Lab Africa in assisting us in making our dream a reality. Please sit back, have fun, and enjoy the teaser.
Hello everyone, my name is Robert Mensah from Lagos, Nigeria, and I'm one of the winners of Digital Lab Africa 4th edition video game category for the project Outcome. I'd like to thank the entire DLA team, members of staff, and coordinators for this wonderful opportunity to help me finish my game and see to its successful completion. I also want to thank by extension every sponsor, every partner, and every mentor for this year's edition as well. So thank you all very much for your time. Thank you all for the opportunity, and thank you for choosing Outcome.
Sasa, we are Leslie Master Stories, and we were so jazzed to learn that our project was selected as one of the winners in the EXA category of Retail Labs Africa.
Sigana Tales of Lawino is an immersive storytelling experience centered around the traditions of African oral storytelling.
The real heart of our project is actually the methods through which these stories are told, and the use of virtual humans to recreate a dynamic, interactive experience. An experience which, unlike a film or book, mimics the way these stories were once told.
Would you like me to tell you a story?
Olá a todos, eu sou a Lara de Souza, artista e cineasta moçambicana. E foi com muita honra que eu recebi a notícia que o meu projeto Catalina, Calunga, Caronga, Contos Entrelaçados de Mar foi selecionado para o Digital Lab Africa na categoria de artes digitais. Para mim é um privilégio imenso e uma honra, e acho que não podia desejar nada melhor para este projeto neste momento. Com certeza vai ser uma viagem lindíssima, do qual espero que saia um resultado fantástico. Muito obrigada a todos e fiquem bem.
Hi, my name is Uzoslope from the Kingdom of Eswatini, and I'm excited to be the winner of the DLA music category for my project Antidote Music. Antidote Music is a music enterprise that started as a record label to put out music from Eswatini on the internet, making it the first to do this in the country. In recent years, the focus has been to create sustainable music careers through licensing, artist management, accelerator programs, and look into other avenues to create sustainable music careers for artists.
I am so excited to be part of the Children for the Digital Lab Africa program. My name is Joey Ekunwe, and I'm the creator of The Slavery of Science. The Slavery of Science is an immersive provocation. It asks one question but leaves every individual with a different answer. It talks about science and technology and how it impacts our lives in this modern day. Once again, I am super excited to be part of this program, and I can't wait to show you all my projects. Thank you.
Thank you, Munia, and congratulations again to all 9 winners. I'm now going to give more details about each winner's incubation pass. As you can guess, the COVID-19 pandemics also impacted us a little bit and forced us to sometimes postpone some of the residencies or adapt them into virtual sessions. Also, the participation to industry professional events will sometimes be online participations, depending on the event itself. But however, I'm pleased to confirm that the initial incubation passes are still confirmed at this stage, despite the global crisis. So here is the details. In the animation category, Bokang Kweja will get a 4-week residency organized by our long-term partner, Cyclic in France, a participation at Fakugezi Festival, as well as a participation to Annecy International Animation Festival. Actually, Bokang Kweja is already participating to this year's online edition of Annecy, but he will also participate in next year's edition. Natasha Nayo, the second winner of the animation category, will get a 1-week workshop in a summer school animation organized jointly by the Gobelin School and Annecy Festival. And she will also participate at Fakugezi Festival in South Africa. And like Bokang, she will be participating at next year's edition of Annecy Festival. And she's already participating to the online edition as well. Ridwan Moshood, the third winner of the animation category from Nigeria, will get, just like Natasha, a 1-week workshop at the summer school animation organized by Gobelin and Annecy. And he will participate to Fakugezi and to the current edition, online edition of the Annecy Festival, as well as the next year's edition of Annecy Festival 2021. In the video game category, Tristan Moke, the first winner, will get an immersive or an online residency organized by another great partner of Digital Lab Africa called Plenimage. And he will participate at the Fakugezi Festival in South Africa, as well as highlight in the video game industry called Indie Game Factory, which is taking place in France. Robert Mensah, second winner in the video game category, will get exactly the same incubation pass with the online or immersive residency at Plenimage in France. He will also participate at Fakugezi Festival in South Africa and at the Indie Game Factory in France. Melissa Lela, the winner of the immersive realities category, will get a 1 week XR training and coaching, which is organized by Institut National de l'Audiovisuel. It's called INA. That's taking place in France. She will also participate at Fakugezi, a festival in South Africa, and at New Images, which is a VR festival very popular in France. Joey Kunwe is the second winner of the immersive realities category and is from Nigeria. His incubation pass is the same as Melissa's, with 1 week XR training by INA, the participation to Fakugezi, and the participation to the New Images Festival in France. Siso Schlofe, the winner of the music category, will get a 3 week residency organized by Hôtel 71, an incubator based in Lyon, that's in France. He will participate to Fakugezi and to Les Nuits Sonores and European Lab, which are 2 major music events organized in France by Artifarty. Finally, Lara Souza, the winner in the digital art category from Mozambique, will get a residency training session organized by and at the Cité Internationale des Arts in Paris, in France, and she will participate to the Fakugezi Festival. So congratulations again to all the winners. And as Lara said, I think it will be an incredible journey. So I wish them all the best. And back to you now, Kendall.
No, thank you so much, Nicola and Munia, for that, for those announcements that everybody's been waiting for. I can tell you, like, it seems as if all the work that's been done into this year's competition is definitely building on the excellence and fantastic work and innovation done by previous winners. So I can tell you this, last year in 2019 was the first Digital Lab Africa bootcamp that we hosted at the Fakugezi Animation Festival. And we're looking forward for that fresh energy coming back again to this year's Fakugezi later on in this year. So without further ado, this is the part where I'm also quite keen on bringing you to, where I introduce you to 2 very key members of this entire process. One of them is one of the mentors from DLA 4, and the other is one of our partners from DLA 4. I'm talking about none other than Stuart Forrest, the owner and chief executive of the largest and most famous African animation studio, Triggerfish. These, of course, are the creators of, most famously, of the animated film Kumba, amongst others. And as well as talking straight after him would be Eric Reginot, the head of Cyclic Animation, which is easily one of the most attractive and inspirational animation studios to work at in the world. Stuart, over to you.
Hi, Kendall. Thanks for that, and thanks for inviting me here. Congratulations to the 9 winners. This program has been really, we've been involved for a few years now, and it's really amazing to see how exciting the stuff that comes into it has become, and it continues to just grow as a platform. We're finding ourselves telling people who come to us with new projects to just apply to DLA because it's a great way to get into the industry. If you've got an idea, if you're a an artist or a creative with something that you want to bring across, then this is just like the perfect way to get your idea out there, get it kind of packaged for to present, and then get in front of the people that actually can help take it further. And it's always nice also just engaging with the creatives, with their fresh ideas, their enthusiasm. It gives me, can lift me up a bit. And also just to help a little bit with kind of getting this creative vision ready for what the market actually needs, which is to attach money to it. And I think that that's always a difficult thing for creatives, is to figure out what kind of deals are worth doing and what do those deals look like. So it's nice to be able to bring some of the experience that we've gotten over years and years of doing these kinds of deals and engaging with these kinds of people, to be able to just share that a little bit and to hopefully help them to get their project into a better place than it was before we got involved.
Hi. I would like to thank first the IFAS, CFD, and Simon for making this possible. DLA is a fantastic opportunity to connect African artists to French animation industry and to develop cooperations between our countries. Fibeni Elias was the 2018 winner of the animation category, met her producer Sébastien Nomo during her residency in Cyclic Animation in Vendôme, and Dimbit, her TV project, was presented last September in Cartoon Forum. And at the beginning of the year, she was the lucky winner of a development grant from Cyclic Centre Val de Loire. And she will come back in residency for a 2-month development residency. Our goal is to propose a personal mentoring program to the winner to meet their needs. And last year winner, Louazim Sifa, director of Ringab Zanzi, had the chance to meet 4 mentors during his residency. In concept art and character design, directing a TV comedy show, mixing animation characters in live action backgrounds and production. And now I give the end to Kendall back. Muted, unmuted there. So thank you so much to Eric Reginot as well as Stuart Forrest for that. Much appreciated hearing from our partners, Cyclic and Triggerfish, our mentors. Now for a part that's actually quite interesting and close to the heart for a whole lot of us, talking about a young man who's a former WITS graduate in animation, in fine arts, and also he's got his master's from Gobla, the top animation school in the world. Lesego Foster, who also happens to be the head of our Animation Development Academy. He's now into his 2nd year, is working with the 2nd cohort, and is doing amazing work, which a whole lot of people have been pandering after because of the quality of the work that's coming out of the academy that is running. Lesego, over to you.
Greetings, everyone. So I'd like to say congratulations to Bokang Kwacha, Natasha Nayo, not forgetting you, Liz Johnson, wherever you are, and Ridward Moshud, yes? So my testimony is solely focused on you guys as emerging directors, because personally, nothing excites me, you know, as much as seeing strong voices come out of like African filmmaking. So, you know, these are great projects, which I would be personally excited to work on. And that's how I tell the potential of a project. If I'm excited to work on it, then it's exciting. You know, it's going to be exciting for many more people. And I'd just like to tell you guys that you are truly raising the bar as DLA mentees from what we've seen, because I've been involved with DLA for like 2 years now, and you're really raising the bar, and we expect to see great work from you guys. No pressure, but pressure. And we'd like to assure you, as Nicola guys said, we'd like to show you that this virus will not stop us from providing as much support as we possibly can for you and your projects. Even if you can't physically be there, your project will represent who you are. So speaking on behalf of Simulacom, we have already had past winners like Lwazim Sipa and Nadia from Kenya. You know, we've had them visit the precinct, and as Simulacom, we have extended the offer to have Simulacom be their home away from home. And boy, did they take up the offer, because we normally see Lwazi just working in the studio with my interns this year. He's just lurking there. Nadia was there during Fagu Gezi last year, and she took up the offer and she felt at home. And, you know, she expressed the desire to want to come back. So as you can see, we are quite a close-knit family, and you've become part of this very, very close family. And as such, you are entering into a space where excellence is expected. But do not fret, because your existence is a must, and your projects are sure to stand out as the best around the world. So in me, you've gained more than a mentor, but a fan. Well done, guys.
Oh, that's phenomenal. Words there, very warm words and very encouraging words from Lesotho Foster, the head of our Digital Skills Academy in Animation, Lesotho Foster right there. Now, how best to talk about the program and to hear about the program than from two past winners? We've got testimony, really, of their experience from Lwazim Sipa, as well as Fibin Elias, who are winners from DLA 3 and DLA 2.
Hello, my name is Fibin Elias. I'm from Ethiopia, and I'm the 2018 winner of the Digital Lab Africa pitch competition. I won for my project Timbit, which is a television series for children. DLA has been the opportunity of a lifetime for me, for my career and where I want to be in my career. Ever since hearing about DLA from a friend, my dream of creating content for children has taken a wonderful turn. Even without winning, being in the competition helped me to package a project that I started but never finished into something that was presentable. And after winning, DLA has held up everything they have promised to do, starting with a tailored mentorship, a residency, and attending important events in your respective categories. For example, for me, I attended Annecy for the first time after winning, and it was an amazing experience because it was the first time that I saw in person what the industry was really like. It was the first time for me to interact with real professionals and even meet people I admired in the animation industry. It's really an institution that aspires to help African talent, and I really want to congratulate all of you winners. It's going to be quite a journey, and I wish you all the best.
My name is Lwazim Sipa. I am a creator and animator. I worked on the project called Ringa Mzansi, which is currently in development. So Ringa Mzansi won the Digital Lab Africa pitch competition, the third one. And I have to say, man, Digital Lab Africa has helped me quite a lot. You know, in terms of exposing me to the animation industry. They really work hard to expose you to the animation industry and try to help further develop your projects and try to get you to the best place you could possibly be. I mean, with me, I want a prize money so I can, you know, hire people to work on my projects more. I even had a incubation whereby I went to France for a whole month, and there you get people, professionals who come in to help you every day. You know, they just help you with stuff that you probably can't do, like, you know, development stuff like storyboarding, anything you might need. Actually, you just tell them what you need and they will provide you with that. It's like a whole family thing. Like, whenever you need them, you can contact them and tell them, listen, I know I've won Digital Lab Africa in 2015, but now I need help because, you know, animation takes time, and they are willing to help you. So I'm very grateful. I'm very grateful for Digital Lab Africa, and you know, it's awesome. It's really awesome.
That's truly beautiful. In fact, I can tell you this: just the beautiful spirit that you see shining through these testimonies, all the way from Loazi and Fibin, from Ridwan, Bokang, Natasha. It really does come out through their work, and I do know that the jurors had a really difficult time getting to the 9 winners for this year. I want to thank you so much for having joined us, because these times are the times when we really do celebrate the amazing and awesome innovation that is coming out of Africa. And what better platform to do it than on this, the Annecy Festival platform. Now I'm going to hand over to our CEO, Leslie Williams. And before I do that, I just want to remind you, you can follow us on Twitter at Tsimologang IT, as well as Facebook, Instagram, as well as LinkedIn on Tsimologang Precinct. Leslie?
Thank you, Kendall. I hope that all of you were applauding behind your screens for the winners, because I certainly was. I'm super excited, and I think what excites me the most is looking at the hunger of the winners, that they are here for this. They know that they deserve it, and they want to do something with the opportunity. And then also from our alumni, you can see the confidence that they have had an opportunity, they've made the most of it, and they're very clear about what the next step is on their journey. And for me, that is what we want. We want the hunger, and we want to play at on the world stage. And we're doing just that. And this is how we've been demonstrating it. I also want to acknowledge once again our fantastic partners, because we cannot do this alone. Like what has been said repeatedly is that you join a family, you join an ecosystem. And I know in the past 3 years, I've definitely become obsessed with digital content, and specifically animation. So we have a range and a number of partners, as you can see. I won't name them all, but I do want to highlight once again, just big thanks to Mona Aram for all that you've done for us, Stuart and team from Triggerfish, Eric and team from Sitclick, Sasim, TV5 Monday, the French Embassy in Nigeria, Annecy and Lifa, AFD, IFAS, Goblins, and of course, my very own Tsimologang Animation Academy team, led by Lesejo, as well as Jeannie and Bokang. So thank you for joining us this year. I think it's very exciting, and we look forward to returning to Annecy next year. Hopefully we can meet face to face. We will show you the journey that this year's winners have taken, and what the outcome of that is. Thank you, Kendall.